Last Wednesday, my fellow students and I took the CWRA, which stands for the College and Work Readiness Assessment. This test lasted for about an hour and a half, and we were given a task, each a different one except for Ken, because we had the same one. And we had to complete that task. And we all found it extremely intriguing and enriching, and personally, what I liked about it so much was a lot of time in class. I know for the typical high school student, sometimes you think, when am I ever going to use this information? I cannot think of a single life experience where I would need to use this equation or this random fact about history. And so I found myself sitting in that room with the computer and having this pool of information to dive into, which is a really great feeling when you understand and you realize that what you're learning is actually relevant and important. And I think that realization made it exciting and made it fun, and it's given me almost newfound respect for the information that I learn on a day-to-day basis.
And to sort of also go along with that, it was nice to be able to couple some of the common sense and sort of life wisdom that you don't always get to incorporate in testing and in class and such. And this allowed you to couple that with strictly information knowledge and strictly what was on the documents and work it all into a very, very nice piece.
What I found really interesting about the test was that it was not only just, hey, we're going to find out what you know. It was, we're going to give you information and you have to come up with your own opinions based on this information. And in my test, I don't know about you guys, but in mine, I actually learned from my test. I'm not a real sciencey kind of person, and mine had a couple of science questions in it. And I had to read through the documents, and I learned a lot from the mock interviews. And I thought that was really interesting, because I don't find that with normal tests.
I know, I mean, you know, we got a little speech before how it really wasn't a test and everything. We were like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then, you know, we get in there, and then we realize it really isn't a test, yeah. And it was a load of fun. I mean, like, we came out and, you know, all the underclassmen were laughing at us when we were, like, laughing and like, oh, how'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You know, that was really smart. I completely did it different. And, yeah, they laughed at us because they don't really understand, but, I feel like next year when they take it, they're going to understand that, this is problem solving, but it's in no way mundane, it's in no way dull. It really allows you to reach, like you said, into your wisdom, and into your deeper understanding. And I feel like any school out there can teach kids to memorize. Any school out there can say, here's the page on the book, make sure you can regurgitate the information. But I feel like schools who incorporate this test into their system really value a sort of deeper understanding for information and a more honest and efficient pursuit of knowledge.
And I find that that's what's really, it sort of just underlined what our school is to me and how much I appreciate the school that I do go to, because at a different school, I can't imagine them taking a class out of the day for us to be able to take a test that does not assess the information you're actually learning in school. That's like the book smarts kind of stuff. And I thought that was really cool.
It's like it teaches you the information, and school will teach you the information. But then with schools like ours, it teaches you how to understand the information and create conclusions, and I guess critical thinking would be a nice vocabulary word for that. And this test really highlighted thinking critically, but also using knowledge and using strict statistics and documents and such occurrences and building something off of that.